Tami Utley. Today we're going to be doing a Happy New Year cake. We're going to be doing Old Man Time, and it's going to be an hourglass. So the first thing we're going to need is other than cake, we're going to need a cardboard. This is a quarter sheet, is what this is. And we're going to use white fondant, and we're going to model it a little bit. The cake I've actually used a shaped pan for it. I use this pan. This is out of all the shape pans I own, which are not a lot. This is the one I use a lot. But you certainly don't have to use it. You can use a glass bowl, or you can use just round cakes and then you carve them into a mound, like this. But again, that's the pan I use the most. Okay, I also have some cutters for, these are number and letter cutters. I seem to be missing an H, so we're just going to freehand the H. We're going to use a couple luster dusts. We're going to use some gold, some green, and some white, and we're also going to use some pink and flesh colored peach, yeah. And then we also are going to use some, these are the bamboo skewers, they're bamboo skewers for shish kebabs. And I've got a serrated knife because I need to cut. I've got some white fondant. I've got chocolate fondant. I've also got a strip cutter here. This is it's a number 3. It's by it's either PME or FMM. I can't remember who it is, but it's called a strip cutter, and this is a number 3. So if you can get one of these, otherwise you just use it's a 1/4 inch. Otherwise you can just cut 1/4 inch strips with a pizza cutter or something. We're going to be using a couple chocolate molds, so I have some white chocolate here. This is the candy coating, the coating chocolates. And then I've got a couple molds here. This is a champagne bottle, and these are glasses. I know they look like martini glasses, but I think they double as champagne glasses for myself. So that's what I've got. Any kind of holiday New Year's mold will do. Any size will do. These are fairly small. I've got I think this is either a 14 or a 16-inch board I'm going to be putting them on. Rolling pin, I've got some smoothers. I've got some chocolate fondant, white fondant, and I've got a little bit of blue because I need just a teeny little bit of blue. You can actually use food color markers if you want to use that instead of the colored fondant, black and blue fondant. You can use the markers. That's optional. And then the last thing I have is the mold. I actually made this mold, but they actually sell this mold. This is you'll see what it is when we actually start working on it, but it's it's a wood molding. It's actually wood molding that I got at my local store and cut it up and made mold out of it, but they actually sell this mold. I know Global Sugar Art has it. First Impressions, I think, has it. A couple people have this mold. That's basically what it is. Okay, and I got my turntable, so I think we're ready. Let's get started. Okay, so here is my cake. When it's in the pan like this, and I always level off the top in the pan, it's got a little bit of a curve here. You can take that off or not take it off. It's up to you. It's not going to hurt my design any to leave it on. So what you want to do is, I'm going to leave it on. You do want to do it the day ahead. And then let it firm up, and then I just let it firm up in the freezer or the refrigerator because we're going to cut it. Okay, if you're doing a cake that you're going to carve, you definitely want to chill it and then carve because then you get less crumbs that way. So we're just going to kind of figure out where it is halfway here, hopefully, and get it about halfway through. This is I actually froze it, so it's a little firm. Okay, so we just cut it down. Hopefully it's right about in half. Now, they have molds that are a small version of these. I won't tell you what my husband says, what anatomy part it looks like, but basically you can do a smaller version of this cake, a whole bunch of them. If you use the smaller pan like this, there are 4 of them, and you cut those in half and you can do the same thing. And what this is going to be an hourglass. As you can see, it looks like an hourglass when you cut them in half. So if you want to do a lot of individual ones, you can use that smaller pan and just do half ones. So.